from a cooperative project for acquiring skills essential to learning.
Welcome to the Security Chipmunks podcast, where we keep chipping away at it. I'm here with my co-host, Jerry Bell, and our guest, John Hammond. Welcome, John. We're glad to have you.
Hi, everyone. Thanks so much for letting me join you here. This is awesome.
Welcome.
Yeah, wonderful to have you. So we met at DEF CON, the Detection, Engineering, and Threat Hunting Conference. Do you remember that?
I do.
Yeah, so I was very lucky to have you help out and give away one of our tickets to the Orlando DEF CON site. So what got you interested in DEF CON and what did you think about it?
Ooh. Well, DEF CON, I know, at least from what I've seen, and it was kind of a little bit before I finally get a chance to go make it, go be there and attend. But I love the fact that it's, hey, all hands on, it's all workshop based, it's all sessions that are really genuinely, hey, just kind of the presenter acting really like an instructor to walk through a whole exercise, to go through a demo, and to make it even something that's interactive so that other people and all the attendees can join in. That's just one of the coolest things, because look, that's where the real learning comes. That's where the value and the education comes in. And Randy, I know one of the organizers, he had asked, hey, John, do you mind helping spread the word? So yeah, we did that sweet giveaway, let some folks join in with the ticket. And I'm super glad that it is getting some folks to be able to be part of the party.
Yeah, that was wonderful. And absolutely, like you mentioned, the workshops there, they are actual stuff that we're doing in the field. So it's really valuable to people who are trying to break into cybersecurity to get that hands-on practice with tools that usually you don't see unless you're working in an enterprise environment. So, yeah. So speaking of training, Jerry had a couple of questions.
Yes. So you created this just hacking training. So can you tell us a little bit about that? What was the impetus for creating that?
Totally. And thank you for asking. That is a labor of love, another sweet, new, fun passion project. Because, well, for a long while, it's no secret, hey, I've had this YouTube channel where it's kind of just been me talking and walking on the computer screen, showcasing stuff and trying to get more cybersecurity education out the door. And, you know, over the years, it's been like a decade and a half, there have been a handful of folks that have kind of raised their hand and asked, like, hey, John, when are you making a course? When are you putting courses together? Are you ever going to do courses? Hey, do you have a course that I could go through? And, you know, the usual kind of schoolhouse curriculum training and learning and stuff. And I got to be honest, a YouTuber is not the best at making a full-blown course, right? Because I'm pretty used to that formula of, okay, something that's in a tight 30-minute video, 20-minute video, 10 minutes or less kind of thing. But having a whole like trajectory of one material, one lesson, one point A to B to learn something more is tough. It's tough to craft out. But I had this realization when I was getting to hang out with more and more friends, more and more incredible people in the industry. Like, look, there are so many other genius, incredible people that are doing fantastic, incredible stuff. So I wondered, look, could we try to kind of bring all these bright minds together? Would they be willing to help craft and create and build out some of the curriculum and make for that hands-on, interactive, practical, and application-based learning with, oh yeah, of course, the lessons, the curriculum, videos, the walkthroughs, the exercises, the quizzes, and a full-blown like VM range, like virtual machine and lab to be able to poke and play. So we kind of kickstarted the idea. We were playing around with it. And I think it got some real wind and really launched over in October of 2024 now. But it's just been so cool. It's been, I hope, a really sweet opportunity and just a really great mission and adventure for me now is, hey, trying to spread more education, trying to help at this scale in a whole new way where it's not just me anymore. It's all the awesome and incredible people in the industry. So I'm really happy to see where it's going. It's just a lot of fun.
So this is obviously a really fast moving industry. How do you decide what you're going to focus your content on?
Ooh, well, a little bit of back and forth in my mind, truth be told, because like it's one thing, yeah, I'd love to go chase the latest hot ambulance, chase the new hotness, see what's happening in
Mhm.
the news, current events, and I do try to sprinkle those in here and there, but I know those are really super ephemeral. Like that's totally temporary if it's just the news of the week or the weekend, right? So I still try to keep stockpiling and really bringing out just more, not to say foundations, but stuff that is kind of evergreen content and education. Like they're still learning however many years you watch it. It's not living and dying in the breath of the news cycle. So I don't know. I try to balance both, but really, to be totally honest, it just boils down to what am I interested in? What do I want to showcase? What do I want to play? I have a little strategic advantage where the channel is just kind of my name. It's John Hammond. So whatever John wants to talk about, John will talk about.
So I just noticed that just hacking training also could be John Hammond training. Did you know that?
Yeah. So the JH part of the JHT is a little play, because I did want to make sure I'm still in the picture some way somehow.
Yeah, that's neat. I like that. It's a little Easter egg.
It is especially cutesy if you really think the same like number of letters in the words John and Just, hacking and Hammond, but whatever. And hey, who cares?
Yeah.
You put a lot of thought into that,
It's clever,
I
right?
guess. I
Hmm.
guess.
Yeah.
So what has been your favorite memory or moment in your just hacking experience here?
Oh, goodness, that's a super good question.
All credit to Edna, by the way.
I'm trying to think what sticks and stands out. I'm going to events and conferences and kind of being with people in person, in the real world, not just kind of sitting behind the computer screen. Getting a chance to be with folks that are willing and want to come up and say hi, shake hands, chat, tell me like, hey, they've been learning a lot of sweet stuff and they got into this job or they got in the industry because of the stuff that I've been doing. It's very surreal. It's extremely fulfilling because from my perspective, I'm just like sitting alone in my room yelling at my computer with the camera on. But I'm just so grateful that has caught some wind and got a little bit of momentum, and it really helps, I hope, bring some value for people. So I don't know if that's really a favorite moment, but that is certainly like one of the favorite feelings of wow, cool. I hope I move the needle some way somehow.
Yeah. Uh, So I was curious. I know that you come from a training background. Has that helped you in your career? And also, does that help you with like public speaking and things like that?
Totally. Yeah. So super quick crash course, if that's okay. I feel like I got a lot of my beginnings, learnings, fundamentals to kind of get into all this stuff. When I attended the U.S. Coast Guard Academy, that was for my undergrad, for college, for school, and that's one of the military institutions over in the United States, right? So think Annapolis, like Naval Academy, West Point, the Military Academy, blah blah blah. And that instills a little bit more of the militant, regimented kind of camaraderie and stubborn grit and determination. But it also really tells you how to talk, especially to some of the high flying officers, gold and brass, and VIP people that would come and join the party to see what we're up to. So I had to talk and present to them what our cyber team little extracurricular club was all up to. And then once and after the Coast Guard Academy, I was training and building out their cyber team and trying to make sure the rest of us cadets were smart and learn a lot of the stuff. I bounced over to the Department of Defense Cyber Training Academy to teach, like to literally, really be an instructor, standing up on the podium, riding a unicycle, trying to juggle, keep people awake for 8 hours. And that I got to admit, yeah, I really feel like feeds and helps in both directions, getting better, improving, and having the capability to present and to talk and to hopefully make sure something is still fun and exciting for people while I'm rambling and yapping.
Oh, that is wonderful. I'm glad that you had that experience, and that's such a cool like. Sometimes people don't think about how you come from different backgrounds, and that really
Yeah.
helps you when you get into cybersecurity. Um, Well, this also ties into another question that I have.
Ooh.
So you have talked about learning in public. So why is that a powerful strategy for cybersecurity students, and how can they start doing that?
Oh, awesome question. Look, I know maybe it's silly with my YouTube channel and all, but I don't mean to keep falling onto that as a crutch. But I, I know that. Look, I don't know everything, and I'm still here to learn, kind of alongside everyone else. So a lot of that learning in public and trying to build, trying to play, trying to hack, go through some of these vulnerabilities and exploits and stuff. All of that is so that hey, I can share it with other people, share what I'm learning, and share hopefully and get to hear what they're learning. Because even in the comments, if it's a blog, if it's a write up, if it's something that you post on Twitter or LinkedIn, whatever, uh, when folks can let you know, hey, actually, you could have done this faster with this technique, or with if you use this trick, or oh, have you heard of this tool? You should check out this program, this application. This could speed you up. And that was just a really cool feedback loop. I was doing YouTube for, way back when, even before that college, Coast Guard Academy, undergrad timeline. And even then it was just, hey, I'm having fun. I'm enjoying this stuff. And even stockpiling and collecting these online videos or write-ups or blogs or however anyone else might tackle it, that felt like momentum because hey, now I have a proof. Now I have a demonstrated and a tangible, so to speak, something to capture that work that I've done, and other people can learn from it, and they can help teach me. So it was just always awesome, a really, really cool sort of cycle to just keep improving with the community. And I would totally recommend that to anyone if they're up for it. And it doesn't have to be talking to a camera and making videos. It can just be your notes, honestly. If you could just be anything that you're already putting together, but why not share it and make it public so that we all can learn?
Nice. Very nice. So you've in the past mentioned imposter syndrome. So what advice would you give to new learners who are feeling that imposter syndrome? And by the way, I've been in this industry for probably longer than y'all have been alive, and I have this imposter syndrome pretty bad. So I'd love to hear your thoughts on that.
Well, I mean, the thing is, it strikes everyone. It hits everyone. No one is immune. I have imposter syndrome and burnout and the mental fatigue and all the things that really do bog us down, and no one's an exception. Um, I Whenever I can, I've tried to treat that or harness it to kind of act as a little bit of fuel. Like, hey, can that be the motivation? Like, oh, I want to get better because I need to make this ideal, or I want to reach this goal, or hit this accomplishment, achievement, a milestone. Um, and if I'm comparing myself to other people, I realize I know a lot of that honestly just kind of comes from doom scrolling on social media because I see everyone else sharing their wins, highlighting all the best stuff that they're up to, the new certification they got, the new job that they were doing. Like, it's really, really easy to then just compare yourself to them and beat yourself up for it. But honestly, I think the best you can do is compare yourself to yourself. Like, did you learn something new today? Are you better than you were yesterday? If it's 10% better, if it's 1% better, look, if you are staying with it, if you're keeping up with the pulse and the heartbeat, then that's the best way you can at least keep fighting up against imposter syndrome. But you're going to hit the wall. We all do. It's just something else we wrestle with.
Thank you for that.
Yeah, I've felt imposter syndrome a lot.
Yeah, no, me too.
Yeah, earlier this year when I competed and won that black badge at Wild West Hacking Fest,
Oh, yeah.
I was competing against some really talented people, and it made me feel so wild that like I had won this, and I felt like I had to return the badge or something for a bit, like just like, oh no, I don't deserve this. But yeah, it's
Those are the best things, though. Those are when you do
yeah.
celebrate some sweet success, an
Mhm.
awesome accomplishment, and still being there with
Yeah.
teammates, being there in person. Like, that is something to be super proud of.
Yeah. It was wonderful, and I'm glad I did it. Yeah, imposter syndrome is just like it will creep up on you when you when you don't want it. You don't choose to have it for sure. Um, but when you're doing a lot of things, you can sometimes feel overwhelmed. And I attended a talk that you did as the keynote at B-Sides Tampa, where you talked about all of the pressures that people feel when they're getting started in cybersecurity and people are telling them, you need to do this and that. Can you talk about that a bit and share your thoughts on all of the pressures that we feel as we're trying to break into this field and it feels overwhelming?
I can try because, yeah, I know that's still a struggle point for me too. So yeah, way back when for B-Sides Tampa this year, 2025, it was a real honor, an incredible opportunity to be their closing keynote, and I brought this talk titled "Another Round on the Treadmill," which was the fluffy, oh haha, thought leadership kind of waxing poetic kind of idea, just to because that's a keynote, that's just what it has to be. But it was playing with that notion that, hey, there's so much for us to do in cybersecurity and so much for us to learn and so much that it's too much for us to do and keep up with. And it is really feeling like it's some cycle. It's some cyclic thing that we just got to chase the next new vulnerability, the next new alert, the next new threat actor, the next audit, the next whatever, and go after that next cert, blah, 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 blah. All the studying that we do, it is super duper overwhelming. And I feel it all the time. And I hope that, look, if we at least even talk about that, like if we acknowledge it, if we shine a spotlight on that, uh, we don't ignore it, because I think we all just know, we all understand that. But I was trying to get this message across. We're like, okay, you don't need to boil the ocean. You don't need to consume absolutely everything. I know people tell you to be a sponge, but like, look, you can only hold so much, all that water, all that information, everything you're trying to do. Um, so the whole "another round of the treadmill" premise was like, look, you're doing awesome stuff. You're on it. You're working. You're running on the treadmill. And if you need a break, that's totally okay. Because if anything, you're gonna feel better. You're gonna have some time for your muscles to build up, for you to get that cardio back in action. Whatever analogy we'd like here, but literally, genuinely, take a break. Like, let yourself catch up, catch your breath, relax, and enjoy. Because you are doing this because you love it. There is a passion there. That's why we're all in this. Um, but then get back on the treadmill. Just another round on the treadmill.
So
Yeah.
good advice. Good
Mhm.
advice. Um, so if you were to start over again, and I find myself asking this question of myself quite a lot because I'm entering my third career, I think.
Excellent. Congrats.
How would you approach getting into cybersecurity now? And in particular, I think that the listeners of this show are often kind of coming freshly into the industry. So, what advice would you give your younger self if you were coming into the industry right now?
Ooh. Uh, I guess maybe this sounds boring or bland or stupid or trite. I don't know, but I think the best advice, I don't want to sound like a broken record or anything, is really just have fun. Keep doing the stuff that you find fun and enjoyable and that you want to keep doing. Um, for me, in the early days, in the beginnings, it was like capture the flag. It was, oh, the gamified learning experience to be able to play in cybersecurity and learn all these new things. But that was something that I was just having a ton of fun with, and I wanted to play the next CTF, and I wanted to read the write-ups, and I wanted to build these tools, and I wanted to figure this stuff out. Uh, but I think eventually, and I think it was something we all kind of keep in the back of our minds, is that life is going to catch up with you. You're going to be doing work. You're going to be, I don't know, kind of working in the job. You're going to have some time with family. You're going to need to have some home life here and there. And eventually, you're going to get to a point where maybe sometimes you can't quite always get to the cybersecurity stuff that it was a passion or you had fun with, or it's just less fun because sometimes it feels like work. And I know that sucks. Like that's a tough pill to swallow. So I think the best you can do, especially in the early days, stockpile and grow and run as fast as you can and enjoy everything that you're up to, but do it because you're having so much fun. You want to keep doing it so you can fend off whatever days might come way, way down the line where you don't want to do it. But you've put so much time in, you've been able to be a part of this and you've been loving it for so long that the longer you can keep doing it because you love it, because you enjoy it, that is the best saving grace that you can. And I think that's the best way to go about it. Keep it fun.
Wonderful. So what is one message that you would want newcomers to hear from you directly?
Ooh. Look, I guess it kind of boils down to, the same sort of trio in all reality. Keep it fun. Maybe the next one is really share, document, show your work. And then I think the third bullet here is like be present, be a part of this thing, be in the community, be interacting in Discord, be online with social media, LinkedIn, just being with the community and attending events. Like go be with the community at conferences. You make so many cool references, you make so many cool networking opportunities, you meet so many incredible people, and that will open a lot of sweet doors for you. And it's fun. That adds to all of the other things of, make sure you're enjoying yourself and make sure that you try to share and document what you're up to. But do that with others. Be that and present in the community. It's so cool. So much fun.
Wonderful. And how can people connect with you and
Oh,
find your training?
thank you so much. Yeah. Now, if anyone is up for it, would be grateful. Please do take a look at some of the stuff I'm up to. Don't hesitate to reach out. I'm out online. You can find my name, John Hammond, on YouTube, on Twitter, on LinkedIn, on all of the internet places. And it's me. It's just a picture of me with my stupid, dumb face and red hair. So you could probably track me down A-OK. But yeah, a lot of the training venture and extra efforts on that side are at justhacking.com. So I hope some folks do get to take a look. A lot of free, accessible, name your price, pay what you want, pay what you can material, and good learning and education there for you. So thank you.
Awesome.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you for being on the show. We're so glad to have you.
Well, thank you all for
John.
the opportunity.
Absolutely.